Hi friends, it's Lisa Hetrick, illustrator for Gina K Designs, and I'm so grateful you could join me today. I am super excited to be sharing this brand new stamp set release called Just a Little, and I wanted to give you a quick walkthrough of this new stamp set, some of the thoughts that I had when I created the stamp set, and share a little bit of inspiration. Now, this stamp set is chock full of some really great sentiments. It also has a lot of different floral and fauna pieces, but the star of the show is this really large stamp in the lower left-hand corner here that has a mixture of succulents and floral and fauna, and it's a really great stamp for your corner of your projects, or to use as a background. I also have this really fun background builder built into the stamp set that is based off of my watercolor paintings where I do stripes. And if you've seen some of my past videos, actually the past video with the Hello Beautiful stamp set, one of the card projects was to create your own watercolor stripes. So I've made a stamp so that you could do that. And this stamp set also has different floral pieces, a smaller succulent, and two smaller flowers that can be used for two-step stamping. And I also have some floral, like palm-like pieces, and this palm-like butterfly that I just adore. And these beautiful, beautiful sentiments that are super simple and easy to use. So I'm going to get started here, and I'm going to ink up all of the stamps in the set so that I can talk about them a little bit and just give you some frame of reference of how they're going to stamp out. So I'm inking up the large corner stamp element from the stamp set with some sweet mango, just so we can kind of take a peek at how this looks. And this is a really large stamp. It's perfect for corners. Fits really well on a A2 sized card. It also makes for a great background if you're going to do some tone on tone stamping. And also the different elements that are in this stamp can be stamped again, cut out, popped up, and a whole bunch of different things that you can do with it. It's also perfect for coloring, and I'm going to share some samples of that. So here is the stripe, and I'm going to go ahead and flip the paper here and ink this up with some sweet mango as well, and just kind of show you how this watercolor striping stamp can work in repeat. So I've just gone ahead and inked it up, and I'm going to flip the paper and just stamp it down, and you can use it once if you'd like, but you can also ink it up again and repeat down your project or your card front. So also, this is a great solid stamp that's perfect for different techniques. You could ink this up with the dye ink, mist it with a little bit of water, stamp it down on your project, and you'll get that watercolor effect with the striping. Isn't it beautiful? I love it. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and move on to just sharing some of the floral and palm-like pieces that are part of the stamp set. So there are two different versions of the palm in that go in two different directions and have two different sizes. Now they're perfect for embedding into the larger stamp element, and I'll share some projects at the end of the video where you kind of see that, or they're really, really great for standalone elements. And here is the butterfly, and the butterfly was illustrated to kind of look like a palm leaf butterfly to coordinate with this whole look and feel of the overall stamp set. But as you may or may not know, I love butterflies, and I think I've shared that in some of my past videos. So I really wanted to get a butterfly into this stamp set. So here's the smaller succulent, and this succulent is kind of small. You could color it, but it really is perfect as a companion piece to the larger succulent that's in the larger stamp. And it's also great for using for some repeat background stamping. And it's just a really great element, really easy to cut out and to use as a standalone piece. So now I'm going to share the silhouette and line art floral that are part of the stamp set. This is kind of a perfect element that can be used as a standalone stamp. So the silhouette image is great and the line art image is great for coloring, but I really like to use it this way where you're doing this kind of two-step stamping with some overlapping. It really creates a beautiful embellishment. So now I'm going to go ahead and stamp out the sentiments. So the just that's part of the sentiments is in my handwriting and it's a little bit wonky, but it is a nice companion piece to some of my other two stamp sets that use my handwriting. And the other sentiments here, because are really, I designed them to be really strong, bold, but thin and really easy to read. So we have just because, just a little note, just thinking of you, and just a happy hello. And the beautiful thing about these sentiments is a little note, thinking of you, and a happy hello are perfect to stand alone on their own without the word just. Okay, so I'm going to dive into a few sample projects that I will also be sharing over the next couple weeks in video tutorials. So, like I said earlier, this large stamp is really perfect for coloring and doing some really funky watercolor techniques that I have been sharing many times over in my card tutorials. The background stamp is perfect here to just kind of create some different wonky kind of backgrounds. And you can see here in this one how I've used that background stamp in repeat and done some layers. Here's that really simple, clean card that I talked about earlier using that succulent, that small succulent as a background stamp. So, and here is a really nice mod looking watercolor piece using that amalgam ink and just a piece of that background stamp to create that watercolor background to nest the sentiment in. And again, this stamp, that background stamp and that corner stamp with the succulent is perfect for so many watercolor techniques, and I cannot wait to share more tutorials with you using it. So here's a final look at the stamp set. I loved the way the stamp set came out, and I want to point out that I really did create this stamp set to coordinate with my Hello Beautiful stamp set and my You Are stamp set. So a lot of the elements, the floral pieces that are in the Hello Beautiful stamp set can work interchangeably with the sentiments, the background, the floral pieces that are being used over in the Just a Little stamp set. The sentiments, beautiful and friend and hello, are perfect with the other sentiments that are in the Just a Little stamp set. And in the You Are stamp set with the wreath builder, a lot of the floral and fauna elements from Just a Little work perfectly and are proportioned to fit and work with that stamp set. So it's really important to me that all three stamp sets, or all the stamp sets I create for my collection, all kind of coordinate with each other proportionally so that you can use them in your paper crafting and card making projects. So I really hope you enjoyed this quick walkthrough of the brand new stamp set with Gina K Designs called Just a Little. And stay tuned in the next couple weeks as I share more card project tutorials using this stamp set. And I'm really looking forward to sharing more with you. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.